Hello, students, and welcome to the third lesson in a series of lessons in legal translation. In this lesson, I'll talk about the Iraqi Nationality Certificate or Certificate of Iraqi Nationality. This is also one of the documents that is no longer in use in most of the Iraqi governorates, except some of the governorates which comprise or are called the disputed areas. Any disputed area is still using the certificate of Iraqi nationality, but it's not in use in most of other Iraqi governorates that are not disputed areas. One more thing I need to talk about before I start with the lesson is that I'll not be spending too much time discussing the Iraqi nationality card because most of the information that is available on the personal identity card, which I've discussed in the previous lesson, already has the information, most of the information that are in this document as well, except for certain very, very small details that are here and there, which are not very difficult to mention. So, they're not difficult to say the least. What is it? What is this document used for? So, the personal identity card is just a card that tells you who you are, yeah? It tells you who you are. It tells the people that you show that you're an Iraqi citizen and you're a citizen of Iraq, and it has basic descriptions of yourself. Things like your marital status, your if there are any sorts of defects, your general description, that is physical appearance. It's those sorts of information. But this one, this used to be, as it says here, right here, this used to be one of the primary documents that an Iraqi has to have, which allows them to exercise their rights as citizens. Well, this is like having a college degree in something. I'm sorry for the weak analogy here, the example, but what I mean here is that the certificate of Iraqi nationality means that you have been granted the Iraqi nationality and now you can exercise your rights just as any other Iraqi citizen. Yeah, you're a complete Iraqi citizen. Let's suppose you are Turkish and you want to move to Iraq. According to the civil status law, which is a law about how to become a civilian of a certain country, in this case the Iraqi one, it says, according to the Iraqi civil system or the civil status law, if you get or if you want to get if you want to become an Iraqi citizen, you need to get the Iraqi certificate, the Iraqi nationality certificate, which gives you all of the rights of being an Iraqi citizen. The next point says once you have this document, then you can apply for other legal documents which an Iraqi citizen has. Yes, the Iraqi nationality card is, in essence, the first document that you need to get before you get other documents. You need to have the Iraqi citizenship. You need to have the Iraqi nationality card before you get any other documents. You get the Iraqi nationality certificate first, then you get other documents like you get the personal identity, you get the driving license, you get the passport, you get residency card, and so on. All of those documents are subsequent documents to the Iraqi nationality certificate. The last point says here, this document in most of Iraqi governorates is no longer used. Correct, that's what I said earlier in the lesson. It has been replaced by the unified Iraqi nationality card. Yes, it has been replaced by a newer version, which is known as the unified Iraqi nationality card. As I said, this is not the case in all of the Iraqi governorates, but in most of them, except for disputed areas. Disputed means areas which are not or disputed in terms of jurisdiction, whether they belong to the central government or to the KRG, which is the Kurdish government here in Kurdistan region. Let's move on. I hope that's correct. I hope the information which I mentioned right now is correct. And I do apologize. Take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Or maybe bags of salt. Who knows? Let's carry on. This is an example of the Iraqi Nationality certificate. As you can see, it's in Arabic. Everything is in Arabic. And I'd like to remind you that on the test you will have these sorts of documents, but I will also add the Kurdish version to it, because there is no Kurdish version for this document, I guess, as far as I know. So I'll provide the translation for the Kurdish one, but what I need for you, from you as students is to translate this document into English. As you can see, it has all sorts of information, like, number of governorate, number of certificate, the date. Here is the explanation that says the certificate of Iraqi identity, something like that, certificate of Iraqi nationality, I'm sorry, yes. And this statement right here is slightly difficult, and I've added the translation for this statement, and it's this part right here that has that is available on the certificate, but is not available on the Iraqi nationality card. Sorry, Iraqi personal identity card. Other things like, this one, place and date of birth of the certificate holder. This one is religion. The other one, the Iraqi personal identity, had religion and also religion and belief, yeah. But this one also only have religion. Al-alamat al-fariqa, as you can see here, is I think it's distinctive or distinguishing marks. Yes, distinguishing marks. This is also the equivalent of the one that you have on the Iraqi personal identity, which is physical defects. But this one, they've used a sort of a euphemism. I think they were trying to mitigate the harsh meaning of the expression physical defects, because, well, I think it's slightly harsh to say that. I disagree with the terminology and the naming. This is more, I think, this is less. This is the mitigated version. This is less harsh than the other one, I think. This is basically, if you translate it, you would say the distinguishing features or distinguishing marks, as we'll see in the next slide, which has the translation and everything. This is the name of the father of the certificate holder, and this is the place where the father was born. This is the mother and the place where she was born. As you can see, this part, it says notes to be written in red or red ink, because if you need to translate these documents by means of word-for-word translation. There is no metaphors. There are no similes or modulations or any cultural expressions that are only related to Iraq, but it's basically plain vocabularies that you have to translate word for word. Okay. This part right here says the signature of the certificate holder. Yeah. And this one is right here is the left thumb or the left thumbprint. Yes, left thumbprint. Okay. I think I have mentioned this in the previous lesson that you need to also translate any other vocabulary that is on any document, that's including the stamps, insignias, or anything else, not necessarily stamps and insignias. Even if there is a watermark that shows in the back of a document, you need to translate that as well. So this one is Mudir al-Jinsiyya, which is the Directorate of Nationality. Yeah, Directorate of Nationality. I really cannot see what's written here. Just maybe I think it says مديرية شؤون الجنسية. If that's the case, then that's the Directorate of Nationality. Wait a second. What is شؤون? It's not issues. No, wait a second. I forgot. Choo-choo, what is the word? شؤون, شؤون. Let me think about the word. Not matters. Definitely not matters. Not business. No. Affairs. Yes. I'm sorry about that. I was lost in the vocabularies. I remember translating the word shu'um before, but not this time. I mean, it's been a while that I haven't translated that word, so it was on the tip of my tongue, but there you are. Now I remembered. So it's the Directorate of Nationality Affairs. Okay? So you need to translate that as well. Alright, let's go to the next one. Next slide. As you can see in the slide, it has all of the vocabularies that I was using in the previous slide. It gives all of the information that you need to translate this document. Remember what I said earlier in the beginning of this lesson? I said that all of the vocabularies used in the documents are also used in the Iraqi personal identity card, which is correct. Most of the information, which I'm pretty sure you've also, you've also noticed that these vocabularies were already present in the Iraqi personal identity card. So I will not repeat those vocabularies, except I will add vocabularies that are novel to you, new to you. Like in Certificate of Iraqi Nationality, that's what we said earlier. It was right here, yeah? Certificate number, it's in this area, I guess. Certificate holder, it's about the person who's holding the certificate, which I guess it's here, yeah? Where it talks about the signature of the guy, the person who is the owner of this certificate. So distinguishing marks, this is where I said it's better to translate this section of the Iraqi certificate, Iraqi Nationality certificate, because it's less harsh than the other one, and it's more acceptable, I guess. Distinguishing marks, العلامات الفارقة. The next is notes to be written in red. It's here, yeah. Notes to be written in red. This one, right, is about this one. His notes to be his left or her left thumbprint. It's about the person who holds the certificate. This is the part which you need a sort of translation. Let me go back to the previous slide to tell you why you need this. You see, it's this part that says بناء على تحقق اكتساب مثبت صورته الشمسية على الجنسية العراقية وفق المادة 113 من قانون الجنسية العراقية فقد منح هذه الشهادة. So basically, بناء على تحقق اكتساب, whereas the name of the person whose photo is affixed above, the acquisition of the Iraqi citizenship or the Iraqi nationality, according to the Iraqi nationality law number 113, or you can say according to the article number 113 from the Iraqi nationality law, therefore he was given the certificate, or something like that. I think that's also the case. So yeah, whereas the name of the certificate holder, the person whose photo is affixed above, has acquired the Iraqi nationality, which is citizenship as well, which is also correct to say citizenship, according to article number 113 of the Iraqi Nationality Act, or you can say law. Both of them are correct. He or she was given or awarded the certificate. I've seen a lot of translators Muniha translated it as award, but translating it into given is also correct. Okay, jurisprudent major. I'm sorry, I didn't it's Ar-Ra'id, okay? Jurisprudent sorry, jurisprudent is حقوقي, yeah? الرائد الحقوقي. Major is الرائد. So in this case, although there is no expression, the, what you call it, the expression, the jurisprudent, there is no expression حقوقي in الرائد. It's just رائد, plain رائد. So it should have been major only. But jurisprudent major is الرائد الحقوقي, and then the name of the person. And then directorate, or the director of nationality, directorate. مدير الجنسية. Okay, that's the translation of it. Alright. What I want from you, based on the information I've given you, is after I give you this template, or the Iraqi Nationality certificate, I'll give it to you. Maybe I'll give it to the class rep. You need to translate this document based on the information I've given you, based on the vocabularies I taught in this PowerPoint slide. Excuse me, these PowerPoint slides. Please translate it and put it in a Word file and submit it to the following email at ahmed.kurdi@gmail.com. With that being said, thank you very much for being attentive and paying attention to this online or electronic lesson. See you soon. Thank you. Goodbye.